What's up, guys? Jared back. So this is my first impressions of the Nexus 5, but whoa, you guys are saying, what the hell's the unboxing, Jared? You totally skipped the unboxing. You know what? The unboxing of Nexus devices is so incredibly underwhelming that I decided I'd just leave it for you guys to search on YouTube for the many other videos, unboxing videos out there of the phone, the cable, and the charging block. Maybe you want to check out Sam J. Pullen's unboxings. Anyways, that said, so far, I am really impressed with this. Now, I've only had it for 24 hours, okay? So, you can see that the battery life there, obviously, it came with about 95% battery life out of the box. So, it's not fair to judge the battery's life on this after the first day. But if you're interested in seeing exactly, we're at 15%. If you're interested in seeing what it's like, as you can see, 17 hours, 15%, the Android operating system's taken up or kept it awake for 11 hours, 35-minute CPU time, Chrome, right? 1 hour, 29 minutes. I don't know. That's incredibly high. And Google Play Service is 13%, 10 minutes CPU, and keeping it awake for an hour. So, but that's up to the first day. The thing is that your phone has to learn your usage, and that's how it's going to start building up its, what it needs to do in order to, strengthen the battery life based on your usage. And that said, obviously, as time goes on, I'm going to be doing other videos and things like that on rooting your phone, custom ROMs, kernels, and things like that, how to maximize battery life on your Nexus 5. Anyways, aside from the battery life, though, let's talk about performance. The performance on this phone so far, and this is me saying this before, I've really started to jump into it, games and loading applications and all those things onto it. But so far, the performance has been unlike any Android experience I've ever felt. A lot of us use our Samsung devices. Obviously, I've got the Galaxy Note 3. It's 3 gigs of RAM, a Snapdragon 800 processor. I mean, it's a really, really impressive phone. I mean, it's, as far as I'm aware, the most powerful phone on the market right now, most powerful Android phone on the market right now. But the thing with that is that I feel like all the special functions and features of that 1.3 gigabyte ROM that comes stock with your Samsung Galaxy Note 3 or Galaxy S4, it just bogs down the device. And I know a ton of people can agree with me that the phones are just, even though they're powerful, they're a little bit laggy. My experience with this device so far, within the first, 24 hours, has been incredibly smooth. It's so lightweight, simplistic, but functional at the same time. It's very snappy. It goes through applications like nothing. Nothing stops it. Jumping from Gmail to YouTube to Google Plus to the Play Store, it does it in lightning, record-breaking speeds. It's incredible. I've never felt this before. Now, I don't know if that's because of the Snapdragon 800 processor coupled with a very respectable 2 gigs of RAM. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all the new optimizations and everything that comes with stock Android 4.4. But either way, it's an impressive experience. I just feel, I don't know, it's really, really hard to explain. It just feels like I don't have a bunch of useless crap in the background that I'm not going to be using, such as, when comparing it to the Galaxy Note 3. Now, aside from that, I want to talk about, the overall feeling of the phone itself, because this is a new design. It is obviously very similar to the, Nexus 4 in that, of the shape, more specifically, right? But aside from that, it's got a really nice 5-inch display, or if Sam J. Pullen wants to get technical with it, 4.95, 4.96, with a PPI of 445. I'm spitting all over the phone. So the display is absolutely beautiful, right? And for me, the sweet spot is these 5-inch displays. The HTC One, I love the HTC One, but that 4.7-inch display after using my Galaxy S4 just doesn't cut it for me. Even after using my Galaxy Note 3, I'm still thinking the Note 3 for me personally is a little bit big, though I'm still in love with the huge display. 5-inch display, this size is for me just right. Furthermore, the ergonomics of the phone itself is really, really nice to hold in the hand. Yes, it is lightweight, like a lot of other reviewers have commented on. It is a very, very lightweight. If I have any sweat marks on the back here, that's one thing. Aside from being lightweight, the back, although it is a really, really nice finish, in my opinion, I love the finish that they put on this sort of soft touch material on the back. It is quite the fingerprint magnet, and it does wick moisture away from your hands, pretty severely. So sometimes, even though I feel like my hand's dry, after holding it for about maybe maybe 60 seconds, turn it over, and there's some sweat spots on it. I'm like, how the hell did that get there? But either way, I'm really liking the design so far. It's very, very sleek and understated, and I'm a huge fan of that. You know, these ceramic buttons, does it really make a difference? If you think about it, no. Technically speaking, ceramic buttons, who really cares, right? But they feel nice, man. I don't know what it is. It's the sharp lines on there. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. See if we can get the camera to focus or not, but it's got these really sharp lines, and that's not a bad thing. It actually makes it really easy to find in your pocket, considerably easier than the Nexus 4, where it actually had rounded edges on them, and so sometimes if you're, you know, screwing around in your pocket, say, where the hell's the button? This is very prominently raised, very easy to find in your pocket. The edges, obviously, of the phone have very sharp edges as well, and that's not a bad thing. You know, I've had devices or played with devices in the past that had these sharp edges, and it didn't feel comfortable in the hand because actually they were sharp all the way around the corners, but the edges here are actually quite tapered, so it makes it very comfortable to hold in the hand. And as well, since we've got this soft back finish there, much like the Nexus 7, I find that, you know, I can actually hold it in my hand like this. You know, maybe if I stop cupping it with my palm, it'll be more fair. But there you go. I mean, that's almost completely vertical. And it's not falling on my hand, so that actually makes it really easy. If you put it here on your hand, you can actually do, like, you know, kind of angle it like that and start reaching across the display with your thumb. I really, really like it. Unfortunately, I don't like the fact that we don't have two speakers in here, and I think that's kind of ridiculous to drill out a bunch of holes there. You may as well just fill that in and just put the one single hole there for the microphone, because, you know, just like the G2, this is where the speaker's located and this is where the microphone's located. So that was a little bit disappointing to me personally, but it really isn't going to, so it's not a deal breaker for me, right? What else can I say about the phone? So I mean, that's as far as the ergonomics is concerned, and, you know, the feel of the phone. Obviously it's running stock Android 4.4, or stock Android 4.4, I was gonna say AOSP, I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting mixed up. So it's running KitKat, and you know, like I said before, KitKat's awesome. Obviously, having the latest version of Android is always a huge bonus, and you really can't beat that price point. Overall, so far, I'm completely satisfied with the phone, with the exception of the camera. Now, the camera application is a whole another topic in of itself. Everybody's saying that you're not really satisfied with the camera. Well, satisfied, yes, but they're not impressed with the camera, and that's kind of been the Achilles heel of a lot of their Nexus, or I should say all their Nexus phones. You'll notice it's actually having a lot of trouble focusing. There we go. It finally focuses in, although it's not in focus. And if any of you guys are subscribed to my good friend Sam over at Sam J. Pullen, you know, he even points out that it just has a really hard time focusing. It thinks it's focused sometimes, but it's not completely focused. So that's a bit of a disappointment, though a new quote from Google themselves have mentioned that, yes, okay, we're aware that you guys don't like the camera. It's not actually the hardware itself, it's this shitty software, because we're good at making Android, we're just suck at making image processing applications such as the camera. So they are going to be releasing an update. I'm going to assume that it's going to be an update coupled with all the other system improvements or maybe bugs that people might be pointing out. So there is going to be an improvement on the camera eventually. One other thing that I don't like about this new stock Android camera is that when you put your finger on it, you know, unlike a lot of other phones, more specifically even Galaxy phones, there's a little settings button. You tap on it, settings comes up, and you start making your adjustments there. With this, a lot of people think it's cool, but I think it's sort of a pain in the ass. So I put my finger on it, trying to access these settings. Now, you tap your finger to focus. Okay, that's cool, fair enough. I think that if you long press on it, that should bring up the camera. Okay, see, now it's doing it, but it wasn't doing it before. And it's very inconsistent like this. So if I want to get into the settings, long press on it, and the settings pops up, but a lot of times what was happening is that it doesn't pop up like you're seeing right now. It's not popping up. So if I want to access the camera, I have to swipe up a little bit, but once I swipe up, it automatically jumps into more options through the settings, and now if I want to get back to the main settings, I have to pull my finger down to be able to achieve or move to the settings that I want. And another thing, and that's really, really annoying, and another thing that a lot of people are pointing out is because the camera software sucks so bad, just keep your phone in HDR mode all the time, or keep the camera in HDR mode all the time, because I have done a comparison between taking pictures without HDR and with HDR, and let me tell you, the difference literally is quite night and day. The pictures look much more properly saturated, I suppose. They just look better with HDR mode than without it, and it looks like with HDR mode is how the camera should be. So if that's saying anything, but I mean, other than that, that's small. And for now, before the update comes out, you know, the camera software coupled with the hardware itself should suffice, should get you through whatever it is you need to do. Though, if you're really a stickler for taking pictures with your camera, I do recommend getting yourself a Samsung Galaxy S4 or you know, an LG G2. Anything with a 13 megapixel camera should do okay. But aside from that, really great phone, guys. Within the first 24 hours, I am quite impressed with it. This is my first impressions of the Nexus 5, and for the price point and the hardware that you get and the experience that you get, there's nothing else out there like it. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, click that likes button down below. If you have any other questions about the phone that maybe I might not have answered in this first impressions video, feel free to ask them in the comments down below. But that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching as always, and well, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.